Red-hot anger from Daniel Andrews and Mark McGowan both claim that they have been kept in the dark by federal authorities about the implications of opening this one-way travel bubble with New Zealand. The Victorian Premier yesterday was really lashing out, saying 55 people were able to make the onward journey from Sydney to Melbourne. Now, it is worth pointing out that the border has always been open with New South Wales. The acting Immigration Minister Alan Tudge has pushed back on this, saying that the COVID threat posed by New Zealanders is extremely low, but critically pointing to this meeting that took place earlier last week, including all of the chief medical officers in the nation, where this was explicitly discussed.
We get asked, do you want to be in the New Zealand bubble? And we say no. And now we find ourselves, we are. I've got a bit on at the moment, right? But apparently I should add to what I do, monitoring every single person at Sydney Airport. Like, come on.
I was not there for the beginning, and I was not there for that part of the conversation that was referenced.
So the Victorian government was present when it was discussed. They were made aware that this was going to occur. They raised no objections in the meetings, and furthermore expressly authorised individuals who were arriving into Sydney from New Zealand to be able to on-travel into Victoria.
Now, there's a similar frustration over in the West. Mark McGowan pointing out that 25 people made that onward journey from Sydney to Perth. Now, that's because the airlines are happy to fly people to Perth without them having a border permit to actually enter. Mark McGowan extremely frustrated at the federal government. He's now made the case that the people have essentially jumped the queue of vulnerable international arrivals.
If New South Wales and the NT want to open up to other countries, well, obviously there is now an issue as to how to manage those people coming from other countries, border hopping. We need some additional support from the Commonwealth.
Trudy, Parliament's back and a fight is expected over the wage subsidy for younger Australians. Is Labor expected to block it or just fiercely debate it?
This is more likely to be a political fight than rather something we see them officially oppose on the floor. But this is one of the more controversial measures, it must be said, in the Morrison government budget, providing up to $200 to a business if they hire a young job seeker under the age of 35. Labor has made the case that they do believe this could in part serve as a disincentive for business to hire older Australians, but so far no movement from the government in terms of lifting that age limit. But as you say, more fury publicly about this expected rather than an actual fight on the floor of Parliament. It is worth pointing out that the Senate isn't in fact sitting this week, so they're not able to have this debate on the floor.